A very good afternoon to all who have tuned here for the second day of International Alumni Series organized by JIT Alumni Association and Bureau of Higher Studies of JP Institute of Technology. I'm very glad to welcome Dr. N. Murray Wilson, Managing Director of JP Institute of Technology, our guest for the day, Mr. Mohan, Quality Engineer at Auckland, New Zealand, Dr. L. M. Merlin Livingston, Principal of JP Institute of Technology, and oh, my dear fellow participants, welcome you once again. It is such a privilege to have with us Mr. Mohan Kumar, Quality Engineer, LEP Engineering Plastics, New Zealand. He's done his bachelor's in electrical and electronics engineering at JP Institute and master's in information technology at Otago University. He worked as an assistant engineer at KIML, India, and later moved abroad to pursue masters. He is currently a quality engineer at LEP Engineering Plastics at Auckland, New Zealand. We're glad to have you with us, sir. We welcome you once again. Thank you, and over to
Uh,
Mr. Mohan.
hi, Rachel. Thanks for that. I first want to thank everybody over here. So I studied in JP Institute of Technology. I was the first batch in JP Institute of Technology. So happy to say that. So once I finished there, I was working as an engineer in a company, and then I did my. I was like working hard, thinking what to do and what is the way we can go up. And then I plan to prepare. I can go abroad and study something. So nothing is planned, guys. So just want to say to you guys, like nothing is planned. So prepare it. Like if you wanted to go through it, just go through it. That was a plan I was just doing. So first of all, like 4 years of engineering when you start up. So what you would be doing? You would be taking up the books, seeing the pages, and you would be studying a lot exams. So what the two things you will see after engineering is that once you finish engineering, you know what is engineering. When you finish up, when you come out, when you go into a company, you will know how is engineering. So that's how the team works. So when I finished engineering, I didn't know anything. So I know like M1, M2, M3. So well, what did you do? Like I studied M1, M2. I just cleared it. So I'm an engineer. So I did all the subjects in thermodynamics and like in electronics, DSP and everything, blah blah. So that's how it works. So just plan upon like how to do it and how to just to say I'll start with my career. So I came to New Zealand. I did my masters first, and then I was searching a job. I landed into a company, engineering company. I just wanted to go into an engineering company and work for it. So that was my aim. So I was just looking onto it. First, I did some couple of jobs like it's not related to my field, 6 to 7 months like that, and then oh, I wanted to work in engineering, so I just came into that field. So now I'm a quality engineer in that engineering plastics. So I'll just start with this session. So I'll share my screen to you all. Yeah, I'll
Yeah,
share my
Mohan,
desktop.
excuse
Yeah,
Mohan.
yeah.
Yes, Mohan, your volume can be improved much so that we are not audible much. Yeah,
Yeah, sure. I can do that.
yeah, Mohan. Thank you, thank you.
Thank you so much. Mm, can you hear me now? Yeah. So, so can you hear me now?
Yeah, yes, sir. We can hear you. You can continue.
Yeah. So that's the thing. Just to start up with, um, just a minute. So that was the thing. First, I started my career over here. Once I finished my engineering,
We
it
couldn't
was
see
like
your screen, Mohan.
no. I didn't start up with the screen. I'm
Okay,
just
okay,
waiting.
okay. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So once I finished my study over here, it was like a little bit hard for me because like how it works, abroad education is like you need to plan everything accordingly. Like when you come over here, so that's how you need to plan, guys. Like when you are in third year or fourth year, when you start up engineering, you have still 3 more years to go. So it takes like a little bit of time frame you have, like you can complete your papers and you can have some time to enjoy with your friends and going out, blah blah blah. Everything would be there. But once you are in the third year, you are into the page. You have like only 2 years of time, so you need to do something. Once you are an engineer out there, 100 people out there, so you need to compete with the people to get onto a job. So that's how we are like studying over here in different institute. That helped me a lot with the JPR Institute of Technology. How I would say the staffs helped me out a lot. Like when I was studying, they used to teach me engineering, not like you go take this subject and study up. They just teach me engineering. So that's how it helped me a lot. When I came over here, it was totally different from India and abroad. So it was like vast difference. I couldn't able to cope up with the study out here. I was a little bit tense and I was like pressured like on the first 3 4 months when I came over here. That's how the study works. So what I would say is just plan your things, guys. When you're like in third year or fourth year, just go on, do some online courses, do some engineering field machining courses or something like that. If you're IT, do some programming. If you're electronics engineer, do some automation and stuff. So if you're electrical engineering, do some electrical things like installations and like that. So that would be more useful for you guys. So that's one thing you need to think of, because in third year you need to plan your things, because anyway you're going to complete your engineering and you're going to come inside to the field. So at final year, there's no time. You need to plan yourself. Once you're out, you are into the field. You need to run. That's how the pace works. So when I was studying, it was 2011 to 2015. When we came out, there was heaps of people, engineering. Everybody studies engineering nowadays. So everybody are into the engineering. It's not about like so many people would say, if you finish engineering, like there would be a question for everyone, like they would be asking you what you're going to do after engineering. So just say easy answer. You have studied engineering, you're going to implement engineering. That's how it works. So just straight up you can give this answer to everyone. So you don't have to panic because you studied 4 years of engineering. So think and talk to the people. So that's the first thing you need to think. And then once you finish your final year, there are like, if suppose like 100 people are coming out finishing final year, it's an example I'm saying, 100 people are coming out. So there would be more colleges over there, and everybody will be searching for a job. So you need to be best in everything. So do some online courses, do some things which is related to your field, because the company, when you go for an interview, they see your engineering first, which department you are in, and then they go into what skills you have. The skills are more important. So when you come out, if they ask me, what are your skills? You don't have skills. If they give you anything, you need to do it. So it's like an automation or something, or if it is a related, if you are an engineer, if suppose I'll give an example. If you are a mechanical engineer, so when you are entering into a company, if they give you a manual lathe, you need to operate it. At least you need to know the experience of a manual lathe, how it works, injection molding, how what are the principles of it. So that's how the company reacts. So these are the things you need to think, guys. So when you finish up, just plan what you're going to do and work for it. Definitely you'll land into the job which you think definitely will be inside it. So there's nothing like you won't go inside, or you won't land, what to say, you won't get a job or something like that. Just work for it. That's how I would say. Like when you finish your final year, when you are in the third year, just start at the end of the third year, start some online courses, start everything whatever you can do, because once you are in the final year, you are out. So once now, what I would say for the final year students is that when you come out, you have little bit of time frame there. So it takes like 3 4 months to settle to search a job. At that time, go to the different colleges or different companies, do some intern over there, gain knowledge. That's how there is a thing. Like when you are planning for an abroad, you will have a very good ideas. When you come over here, they just see your skills. Once you finish your degree, what I can do. That's how the abroad education works. Just now I'll start with screen sharing. So I'll show you some things about screen. Just a minute. Yeah, the screen is being shared, and I'll start with this is my company profile. So I'll start with my company. This is my LEP Engineering Plastics. I work for this company, and we do like it's a plastic company. Basically, it's a plastic fabrication company. So what they do is that it's all full of plastics. When I finished my masters and when I was searching job, first I was working in a different field. I just wanted, my aim was get into manufacturing. I just wanted to work in a manufacturing field. This was my first experience. I'm saying to you guys. So when you get into the plastic industry, they asked me the first question during the interview, do you know anything about plastics? What are the plastics you know? They were asking me. I was straight up. I was like blinking like this. I don't know. I know the plastic covers and plastic bags, plastic parts. That's it. So they were like seeing at me and like, what did you do in your engineering? They asked me straight up. I would say, what was the answer? Like, I did my things and blah. And I said, like, so straight up, as soon as I said, they said me one thing. After this all interview session is over, they asked me, like, you don't know much about plastics, but you know about engineering. So we will teach you about plastic. That's how the answer was. So then I was called. It was 2 months of session in this company, and they taught me everything. They gave me a very big book, this much big book, and they gave me this one, take it to home and daily read like 2 pages. Still I'm reading. I couldn't able to finish that. Like it's like this much book. It's all about plastics, what engineering deals with plastics. So it's not about like nowadays if you go to a students, if you go and ask them, they would say, what is a plastic? If you ask, like, I'm saying whatever it is, if it is an engineering field, like if you ask, they say like general things. But when it's a company, when you are going for a company, they see the skills, like which how you answer the question. Like if they ask what is plastic, it's not like just to say about plastic. It's about what are the types, what are the materials, that's how you need to prepare, guys. So because there was no one to tell us, like when I was finishing my masters, when I was searching job, I was in the pressure. So nobody was there to tell us like this is the right time, you can plan and act accordingly. So this is my, I'll just show this one to you guys. Like this is my website. So we start with, these are the different types of plastics. So plastic starts with sheets, rods and tubes. So see, can you see these sheets? These all full of sheets. Sheets are like different types of plastics. Like what to say, it's HDP is high density polyethylene sheets. So how it is like high density molecular weight. So it deals with this. So these plastics are used in different fields, like in different manufacturing industries, different fields. Like if I go with manufacturing, can you see just an example? So if you go down, so these are the types of plastics. You know about nylon is a type of plastic. Acrylic is a type of glass type plastics. You know about PVC more. So PVC deals with electrical installation and chemical handling. So can you see it here, like how the plastic deals with the engineering stuff? That's how the plastic works in all over the world. So we deal more about with plastic. So nylon LFX is like the strips, the bearings and pistons. Mechanical guys would know much about like what are the bearings, pistons and like stuffs. And it's about like electrical guys who know about electrical installation, chemical installation, how the properties, like how the plastics are being used in day-to-day life. The people would say like plastic is being like gone out of the world. No, it doesn't like that. Like it works in engineering, because we are not like throwing out the plastics, we are reusing the plastics. So in engineering field, there are different plastics which is used in different applications. So each and every plastic is being used in 100 and 150 application. Example, like if you go to an aeroplane, if you go and sit over there in the chair, they use different types of plastics over there, so that when something happened, it won't get burnt or something like that. It has some time frame. so it can help the people or something like that. Always the engineering terms, if you see, every material they use in engineering, they reuse it and they use it for different applications. Just want to explain about it. And then can you see like this, especially in New Zealand, is a New Zealand owned company. It's full of like a New Zealand owned company, and they manufacture plastic molds, plastic sheets, plastic rods, and everything. They machine it. They do molds. They do different types of rollers to the companies over here, the manufacturing company. Example, say if you go to the food and beverages industry, so there are heaps of food and beverages industries over here. So if you go to the food, there are food grade plastics. It's been approved by FDA. They can say Food and Drug Division. So food grade plastics are there. Like nowadays in India, now people are using the cutting boards. The plastic cutting boards. It's not just the normal plastic cutting board. It's a food grade, fully food grade thing. So that's how the plastic industry works all over the world. Mainly the products are being made. Most of the products, they are being made in Germany, made in like other countries, and being shipped to Australia, New Zealand, and from here they machine the plastics and they sell it to their customers. That's how the all over the world the plastic industry works. That's one thing I just wanted to share. And this is about like manufacturing field, little bit like dry, little bit like all about machines and stuff. I don't want to go much into it, so I'll just say about little bit about the process, how the processes works. Everybody need to know about how the manufacturing and other departments. It's one thing. When I start about this manufacturing, I just want to say, when you guys finish engineering, it's not about like only I'm saying about manufacturing. It's not deals with the other things. Like it's not my department. It's a different. Always the students have this queries with them. So it's if you start with manufacturing, it's related to mechanical. If you start with programming, it's related with IT. It's not about like that. So when you guys study engineering, you can see you would study all the subjects over there. So you will go with different programming papers. Mechanical guys go with that's how our system works. That's very good. So when you go abroad, especially when you go with our anonymity pattern, so for like this different subjects, and like how the college teaches us. So when you go with when you go with uh, different subjects to get into it, uh, in manufacturing, if you see, i'm I did my electrical and electronics. When it comes with semiconductors and conductors, when that type of boards come and the plastic need to be installed in that, they specifically call me and ask me how this one works and how the things will work here. They will be asking me because I'm from that background. That's how the company works. So if always like think guys, if you are an IT team, it's not like you will be going into an IT company. You can enter into a manufacturing company. How it works, right? Like 100 people are working over here, there will be 3 IT people out there. So would be dealing with the system. We need a system when the company works. We need a system to maintain all the inwards, outwards, the goods, and like how the system invoices and things. So that system is being monitored by the IT team. So that's how it works, bro. It's like when everybody is looking into a job, they need engineers, not like a specific department, or like they need engineers into the company in various departments. That's how the company hiring works. So I'll just go with this process, like in our company, how the processes works. Polyurethane and urethane casting. When I click onto it, can you see the plastic is being like melted, and there are like different types of chemical in that, and then they pour into the mold, and this type of plastic is being used in different types of rollers, different types of food company, different types of, nowadays like it's been interchanged all over the world. The companies wanted to move from metals to plastic. That's because like wear and tear would be a little bit high. There won't be rust won't form much, and if they use plastics, it can hold up more temperature. It can there are different types of plastic which can hold up 200-degree, 250-degree temperature or something. So they will select which one they needed and what is the cost and how much it lasts for. That's how the company works with that. So these are the industries where plastic is being used now in all over the world. This is just in New Zealand, and it's all over the world. They use in manufacturing, they use in agriculture and horticulture, they use in food and beverages manufacturing companies, water, gas, and oil. If you go with any gasoline company, they use plastics for different high temperature machines, and they use in marine and sports. They use in construction nowadays. They use more in construction over here. So if you take up construction, those days they use beams with metals that will be more little bit like heavy and stuff. Now they use like different types of plastics, which can withstand high weight, higher like more weight and high temperature resistant. But the thing is that it won't break off or it will last for long. So that's how the processes works out here. So can if I go with suppose I'll go with an example of plastic parts. So if you go into the bearings, you can see like this is a bearing. So if you closely look into this bearing, so it's been like can you see it's been like molded. So how they mold this? So normally they don't cut it. They put it in a CNC machine or like a router. They put the sheet, they machine it down, they program it, and they machine it down to that size or that diameter what the customer needs, and they put it into the different applications. That's how the company works. So they do every molds and every stuff. You can see some wheels out here. If you go to wheels, see these are the soft tire wheels. Like the plastic is made in inside the that would be a humpy plastic. So these wheels are used in wheelchair nowadays. So and this application can be used for different purposes, like when they take up plastics, they can use these wheels in rollers nowadays. Like we got an I just want to give you an example. Like a couple of months back we got an project from from Rainbow Scent, that is a amusement park over here. So they were the roller coaster. The roller coaster wheels are made of plastics. So they use polyurethane plastics on the rollers. So the roller coaster wheel are made of plastic. So they just wanted to implement new things into that. So that's how the company works. And if you go with the rod sheets, these are the raw materials like different types of plastics. They use this to machine into different parts or something. And then if you go into the process, this is a type of molding. You can see the injection molding. Injection molding is that they have granules of plastics. They inject into the machine and they mold the thing. So it would be the wear and tear would be more, and they do this type of it can like how much kg or it's so flexible. There are heaps of application if you go into it. Just want to give you a rough idea. Rachel, do you have any questions about this?
Yes, sir. Sir, we have a lot of appreciation for your presentation, sir, and you're
Mhm.
going good. And we have a question. How is
Yeah.
plastic good on comparing it with metals, sir?
So normally, if you say metals are like in those days in every application, metals are used in chemical industries. Metals are used in metal can corrode. Metal can't like it can't resist like some temperatures. When it depends upon the application. It's not like metal is not like used anywhere. I'm saying it depends on the properties. Like when you use the metal in a different chemical industry, just take an example in a chemical industry. If you use metals and like in a chemical, it a little bit corrodes and the particles would be in plastic. They have some specific temperature which that chemical won't corrode the plastic. So that's how they plan. That's how they do that. The molecular structure of the plastic. So that chemical can withstand that plastic. So that's how it works. It's not saying I'm not like it's all better. I'm not saying like in some applications plastics are more useful. It's like what to say, metal are like a type of metal. So there are different types of metal. For example, I'm saying if you take a specific metal and if you use that one in that application, it won't work. So at that time they'll see an alternative. So at that situation they go for plastics. It's not like every product has been used in engineering field. We also use some metals. It's not like metal is completely avoided. We are using which product would be suited for that industry or that application. That's how it works. Any other questions?
Okay, sir. Sir, we've seen a very good website of your industry, and can you just tell
Mhm.
us this LP industry in New Zealand is comparatively good when it is compared with the other plastic industries across the globe?
Yeah, just wanted to give you guys an example. It's not like I don't want to compare like other companies are like better in all over the world. Every plastic company is good. I just wanted to say that. Why? Because every company use the same raw materials. It's not like they are good or they are bad. If you go with a company, it's about like how you do, how you do. Like if a customer suppose coming to me and asking like to our team, like the whole company, they're asking like can you do this mold and can you give it to me, like, so what is the time frame you're doing and how quality is that mold and what is the application is being used, how you treat it and what is the time frame you have given to the customer, and you give the product to them. That's how the always the company. It's not about you asked a good question, because all over the globe, how you're just comparing how this company works with that. It's nothing with the company, it's just with the customer satisfaction. It works purely with the customer satisfaction. If the customer has a good deal with your company and if you give it on time, so customer comes to you. I know this company gives good value products with a perfect time. That's how the company works all over the globe. I'm not saying like it's like if you go to a different company, they give you in a different code and a different way in different time frame. That's how the customers will jump from one company to another. That's how it works.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. We have one last question.
Yeah.
Is there any scope for an engineer in plastic industry here in India?
Yeah, there are like a lot of scopes there. I still remember. I think like a couple of months back, like from here, some big manufacturing company. I didn't want to say the company name. I don't remember that. They got some engineering materials, like engineering product from here. So I just wanted to say, in India, there are like some of the plastic fabrication companies. They do like small type of plastics. They don't use different types of plastics. They use like PVCs. And like, I'm saying about the small scale, the big scale. If the customer wanted to go and specifically get a product from the big scale industry, they can't do it. So in India, in future, more plastic would be coming in as a engineering applications, I think, because nowadays India is like working on a lot, like looking on like in a different prospective view to get the products or to implant a company over there in India. So it would be good. So when they implement more companies with the plastics or something, that would be good. So it can start from a small scale industry. It can start from a small scale. Like suppose a small scale industry is doing a plastic, they use only 2 3 types of plastic. So in future that would be increased. They would know about much about like other different plastics and other plastic which is can be used in different application. I think it will grow up soon in everywhere in the world. It's like little bit just now, like been some 10 or 15, 20 years, it's been started. So it will evolve by next 10 years or something. More application will be used with plastics. Yeah. Any other questions? Yeah.
No, sir. That's it for now. You can go ahead with your presentation.
Yeah, just a small intro about this one. What I'm doing, what I'm doing is that I am a quality engineer over there. We all deal with the quality stuffs. We take care of the customers and we see how the machines work and how the product is coming, how the raw materials, is there any damage or how is things. And this is the job. A little bit fast-paced environment, but it'd be good to work because you'd be roaming here and there, not like you'll be idle somewhere. So something would be happening there, something would be happening there, machines would be running, so something would be going in and out and coming in. The customers would be coming and asking about the things, and that's how the company works. that's the session about company. I don't want to go much into the company. I just wanted to share other stuff as well. So, I'll any other question, Rachel, you have about these things?
No, sir.
So then I'll start about my career. So when I finished my engineering, I
Yeah, Mohan,
I
excuse
yeah,
Mohan.
yeah.
Yeah. I think you need to improve. Voice can be audible because people are commenting to improve the volume alone. Yeah.
Yeah, just a minute.
Thank you. Because
Mm,
they couldn't hear, I think so. That's it. Yeah.
mm. So can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh, Thanks for that. Mm. So I'll just start with my career. So when I finished my engineering, I worked as an assistant engineer in manufacturing company. There I learned a lot. Like it's in India, so it's an wiring harness company. I worked 1.5 year over there, and just suddenly I just wanted to go abroad. It's like always. I just wanted to say it to you guys: just plan it and implement it. Don't ever think what consequence you will face or what you will. Something or other would come and help you out with going things. So when I finished it, it took like after finishing engineering, I worked 1 year, and I just wanted to go abroad. I just planned it, and I started searching which country I can go and what I can do or something like that. It took like 6 or 7 months for me to get into that thing. So I nearly spent 6 months. So what I'm going to do, because I started like I'm fixed. I'm going New Zealand to study. So just I fixed, and once I took that, I went to the next step. So what I need. So it took like 1 month for me to prepare for some exams and like how we are going to go with it and how we are getting plan with it and how we are going to go to the course and study and get marks and get into the uni, which one you're preferable or like which one you're into. And once you plan that, next thing is like how we are going. So or is that yeah, with through loan or so through some things or something. So it took like 6 or 7 months. At that time the situation was worst in India, so there was demonetization. I think it's in 2017 or something. Before that I don't remember. And there was a flood and everything was stopped, and I couldn't able to process my application. And college was asking me like, when you join there are only two intakes. If I don't do with June, it should be on December, which course, whichever the course I selected. That's how the college works, right? So it's two intakes. So I was a little bit tense and I don't know how to do it. But the thing is that I just hope I had like gut feel like I would go to New Zealand to study. This was only in my mind. So I was working. I got my offer letter in on September or something. So I changed the offer letter to Jan. So it was like again like 3 months it took for me, and then I came over here. When I came, I just want to share some personal things about this. Yeah, I'll say a good story to you guys. Like when I first came over here, I know only one guy over here. So I got my offer, and I got my college. It's on March. I'm coming to New Zealand. So that's the time when I was coming to New Zealand. When I came over here, I have only one friend, and I had his number. At that time, we had like just WhatsApp or something, and I didn't know about the timing in New Zealand. What is the difference between India and things or nothing? I don't know anything about New Zealand. I don't know anything. I just wanted to go and study. I just saw some random. I just worked a lot. How is New Zealand? How is the college? And I didn't know about New Zealand much. So I just came. I had that number, and I just came over here and landed. And once I got landed, then only I realized like I have a phone, I don't have a SIM. So I need to have a New Zealand SIM to call them or something. So I came outside the airport once the immigration check is done. I came inside outside the airport, and I was standing and I was connecting to the airport Wi-Fi. It was midnight, 1 o'clock. I was landed alone in New Zealand, and I have only one number I could call. That's through Wi-Fi or something like that. So what I did, I just took my phone and connected to the free Wi-Fi like 1 hour or 1.5 hours. I just called the hey guy, like I have your address. Like I called my friend. He was sleeping at like 1 o'clock. First two times he didn't pick up my call, and then I thought, oh, it's done. Now. I don't know where to go. I landed. I don't know anyone. I don't know anything over here in New Zealand, and I was just thinking, standing like this on near to a pillar in front of airport. So what I can do with my bags and stuff? What I can do? Again, I called him. He picked me up. He just sorry, I just missed your call. There is an address. You can just take up a cab and come to that address. So I was searching which side to go. There was no people out there, and like it was like midnight, 1:30. So I just came out, and people like this. I saw a guy. He saw me. He just came near me. Are you? He just asked me first question. He just asked me, "Are you from India?" Like, I said like, "Yeah." Like, and then the next reply was like, I'm from Delhi, I'm an Indian. Like, he just answered that. I was so like happy, like, oh, this guy came to me, and then he said like, I'll help you out, what do you need? He asked me, and I said like, I need to find an what to say, a cab, and I need to go to this address. So he got me a cab and he helped me out to go into that address, and I had like $100 or something, which has been converted, and I got it to New Zealand. I gave $50 for the cab, and I just landed on my friend's house. It was 2 o'clock, and I just knocked his house, and I entered, and I was like screaming at him, like, you didn't come to the airport to pick me up. And he said like, I forgot about the thing which date you are coming. And then we had a couple of friends coming over the next day to see me up, and we had a good chat on that day. The second day, the pressure built up on me because I took a loan, and then I went to New Zealand. So I need to pay back my loan. This was my pressure, the second pressure. So that's how the next pressure starts. It'd be like blank out, like what you're going to do. So when I landed, I asked these people about like what to do next, and these people said like, you need to find a part time, so you can balance your expenses and you can pay your bills. That's how New Zealand government works. They give you 20 hours of part time. Oh, there is a part time. Okay, so I need to search a part time. On this, I was like first day I was in jet lag. My head was paining there. On the afternoon, I went to different places. I was looking for part time everywhere, like every places I went, and I was looking for a part time. And the second day, as soon as the day was finished, and I think the third day morning, I went to place like too many shops and stuff were there. I just went and asked like, I need a part time, and can you guys give it to me? And one guy called me and said like, I've been seeing you from yesterday. You were like walking here and there looking for something. So I'll give you a job. So he started me. He started talking to me, and he gave me a job, and it was like 15 hours. That was my first part. It was just just the second or third day in New Zealand. I started my job. So I started working 20 hours, and I just started my what to say job, and then the classes started on the next week, following week. Then I started going to the college was completely new. So guys, I just want to say, whatever you study in India, it's all would be useful when you come to abroad. It's like, get get into the habit that nothing we can't do. It's not like nothing we can't do, we can do. That's how you need to think. So many people have their questions like, how can I go, and how can I just plan it, just go and get. Once the college, when you enter, you'll see the study would be a different the study would be in a different level. So first and foremost, just how the study system works in New Zealand, I would just give you an example. So when you come here, you'll be into the college, you'll be doing assignments, you'll be referring different types of books, like from the library. You'll be taking books and you'll be referring and you'll be doing your assignments. You'll gain more knowledge and you'll be doing your assignments. That's how the system works here. And the thing is that when you come out to abroad to study, you will get more information. You will tend to communicate with different people out here. It's not about like if you plan to study in abroad, just come out, just wherever it is. It's not like a girl or a boy and we have some situation out like just plan it. Just ask guidance from your alumni people, especially like we guys are there to help you guys out where which country you wanted to go or what you wanted to do, because we know what is happening all around the world with students. And like all of my friends which are who are in Canada, who are in US, who are in Germany, they used to call us and talk about what is happening out there. That's how the things work out here. So if you wanted to go to abroad and study, just plan it and implement it. Definitely there would be a way. So when I went to the college, it was all completely new, and first 2 months it was like a little bit hard, and then it was okay for me, and then it was like it's I can do it. That's how when you land in, you would get some answers. Don't ever like think like if I go what I would do. Don't ask question to yourself, find an answer over there. So that's how you need to plan your things. uh, this one I need to say to everybody, like when you finish engineering, if you wanted to come abroad, just plan it, come here, you will get something when you land, and you will go with it. You'll grow step by step. So once I finish my thing, like 6 months of my course, I started earning like 20 years of part time helped me a lot with food and stuff. I got my first bicycle over here in New Zealand, and that was my first thing, like first bicycle. When my dad got me a bicycle, that was not much. Like I saw only the bicycle. Then I'm seeing like how hard to get a bicycle over here. Then I took the bicycle from here to college. It's been 10 kilometers from my house to the college. So I used to drive bicycle and come back. Then step by step everything changed, and I got a job and we got a car, and like that's how you'll be going in step by step. So if you are planning abroad, just plan it and come over and do your course. Like it's not like in New Zealand, I'm saying all over the world. The world is big, you can go anywhere, every people would help you out. It's not like nobody would help you. If you go and ask politely, the people definitely would help you. I just wanted to carry out, I'm a little bit out of the topic, like I was saying about me. So I'll go with New Zealand, like student life. I just wanted to start with student life. Can you see, oh, this is COVID alert, forgot about this thing, guys. Like everybody are in lockdown now. New Zealand is good with this COVID. They fought against COVID. There's no cases in New Zealand, and there's zero cases for a couple of days, and people have been discharged. And up to now, there's no new cases. Till today, there's no new cases, zero in New Zealand, and they moved to level 2. From level 2 next week, they're moving to level 1. It's good. So in different countries, acting accordingly. It's like India just now, it's like getting up. Definitely, there would be an answer. Everybody is preparing for it. So in different countries, if you take US, there is a little bit high over there. There people are saying, but people are like planning about it. So it's not about like nothing won't stop anyone. Definitely, like in 6 or 7 months, everything would be fine with God's help, or like everything should be good to the page. So I'll start with New Zealand. So choosing everyday student life. Can you see about the student life? It's a government website. I just wanted to say about the government website. So you don't want to panic, or if you're planning, always look for the website which is like government things. Like if you go to the immigration, if you go to the New Zealand web, you'll see the exact information about it. You don't want to go and ask, or you don't want to go and ask people. You want to go to an institution or a consultant, and you can go and ask the information. There are always there in the government website what you need to do, and what just gain knowledge. Go into the website and see how the things works. So this is a government website. If you go, you can see how the student life is here in New Zealand, and how they would be more supportive to you. And you can ask, you can see the questioning, how the culture and thing. When you go to moving into New Zealand, you can see before you leave what and all you need to do. need to do and how what do you need to apply. It's all about like a general information you can see. So if you go to live, like you can see how the tax system works, how the education and schooling works, how is the institutions take up here, how is the course out, the courses and all being treated in New Zealand. Everything according to me, what I saw is that everything is like government affiliated, so you can study wherever you want. It's same like in Australia. Australia is very good to go and study. You can do your masters in Australia. There are heaps of opportunities over there. There are heaps of opportunities in Australia has given like more jobs now. During now they are a little bit working on to this COVID thing, but before that there was heaps of jobs were being given, being posted in websites as in the website. In New Zealand, the work culture is good. If you go to this website, you will see more things. I don't want to take more time. If you go to the work, you can see how the New Zealand working system works, how the visa works, how the study works as well. So I can give you more information about like if you do a next session, I can give you more information about how the study here and what are the courses here and whichever the college is better or something like that. This is a rough idea I just wanted to give you guys. There are always some websites, government websites you can go and you can see. It's not only in New Zealand. You can go to Australian website. You can see what are the colleges and how the system works. If you go to US, you can see. Always plan, guys. Plan. If you are going to take up an abroad course, it's not like it should be on your same field or it should not be. It's about your where you're going to go and land. Like if you wanted to go into an engineering or manufacturing, which type of course you need to take and what are the subjects you need to take, like that you plan it. If you're going, if you wanted to go into the IT field, just look on to the IT courses and then plan accordingly. Definitely that would help you out. Don't plan roughly like I did my engineering, I can go only to this. Don't keep your circle very small. Keep your circle very big so that you can have more options to get into the field whichever you like. So that's how you can plan. I don't want to go much deep into everything. It's just a normal rough idea I'm just giving. If you have any doubts or session, you can prepare some questions and you can give it to our JIT team so I can prepare something and I can give you some more information what you need to do and what you can do in abroad. Definitely, guys, I'll just give you one main idea. If you are planning to go to abroad, just plan it and go to. During this COVID situation, I just wanted to say one thing. Like everywhere, people are a little bit afraid, like whether to go abroad, how the things work, how will I study, or how will I think. I know some of the students who came before lockdown and they called me up and said like this is my friends or something like that. They came and like they were so afraid and we went to their houses and we just talked to them. See, situation is now the situation is a little bit bad and like everything is it's not in a good way, but definitely everything would change and you would be getting into the things now. As soon as we said it was 2 months lockdown, and then now the New Zealand government took some steps and they worked a lot and there's no new cases. We are back to normal now. So everywhere, every country would be back to normal. It takes a little bit of time frame, depends upon where we are, how we are, or something. Then there would be more opportunities. So at that time, you don't want to rush up. Just plan now. For third, especially the third year and fourth year guys, just plan now to get into a country or get into a course or something. Like just start googling or just get information from people. Just you need to have a book like this is my plan and this is what I'm going to do. So just like that plan, guys. So I just want to say only one thing. If you are planning to do something, just do it. Don't ever think of what are the negative comes in that. Negative will always be there, always in everything the negative would be there, but you need to see only the positive side. Negatives you can fight, you can work hard, you can ignore negatives, but the positive thing would be more if you fight and like win the negative, the positive would be more. Just look onto this. I just want. It's a long day for me. I couldn't able to share more information because like the whole day we had our work. It's now like 9:30 for me, 9:30 around like night. So definitely I'll come with a different session with you guys and share some topics and with other things as well. So that's a thing I just want to share to you guys. Yeah. Is there any question, Rachel?
Thank you, sir. That was quite sufficient for us. Thank you for motivating us with your experience. Your experience speaks of all your determination and hard work to achieve what you wanted to. And good luck for your future, sir.
Yeah, sure. Thanks.
That
Thanks for
I
that.
have
I
few
think
questions on your
this
profile.
one, yeah.
Your profile says that
Hello.
you did bachelor's in Triple E and master's in IT. So, what made you do that?
So that's the thing. See, that's a very good question you asked me because if I did my triple E, why did I take IT? Everybody would be asking this question because which country you are choosing up? See, New Zealand is a very small and like they have like little bit of work culture over here. So at that time, uh, I did my electrical and electronics. We know programming, we know everything. So when you apply for a college in New Zealand, they see what are the subjects back in your engineering. What did you study? So when they looked up in our engineering subject, there would be IT subject as well. So with that skills, they would give you an opportunity to come into the master level course. It's not they don't plan or something like that. They will give you depends upon which background you are from. So if you do some programming courses or something like that, you can take IT. If you do some production, because especially in our engineering subjects, everything would be there, so you can take any course. That's the thing I wanted to say. Don't limit your things, like you limit your circle. If I study this, I just want to go into that. Why I took IT is that at that time IT was like a big thing over here, and like there are more job opportunities and more things over here. So it's like one and one option. I have an experience in engineering, and I have some IT skills, so I can jump into any field. I have my way open. I just wanted to keep my way open. Whichever I wanted to go, I can go. But my aim was like going into the manufacturing, so I was looking onto it. So it's like keeping your way open always is better, so you don't want to risk yourself. Yeah.
Yes,
Any
sir.
other
Thank
question?
you, sir. So, we happen to hear that you were a sports person. And can you tell us
uh,
how did you manage your studies and your sports career?
that's another thing. So it's in live, so I don't I can't share much of things. So during studies, it was 4 year of study, right? So we don't come to college much. JPR Institute of Technology supported a lot. I just wanted to thank our director and our staffs, especially our staffs and our director. That without them, I could not. I would not got my degree. I can say without the staffs, especially they're helping a lot, like to study, because once you are in sports, you can't concentrate on other things. Like you would be tired and you would be like you'd be working hard, like planning for the match or planning for the race or something like that. So till the last like little bit, we would be like out of box. So when we are near to the exams or something, like 1 month, like we would start preparing. So that's how we plan. So that's how it's very hard to balance both the things normally. Like when we go home or something, once you finish your practice, you'll be damn tired. You can't take up your book and study. We just wanted to take something and we just wanted to look on, but we can't do that. So that was really hard for us. But again, we balance both. Especially the sports people have a little bit of like things. If you say something to them, they can grasp a little bit things easily. So that helped me a lot. Like we balance both of them. Just like you don't want to panic, you don't want to get stressed or something. Just you can do it. Think this. Everybody can do it. Don't plan and don't get panicked or don't get tensed. That's the main thing.
Yes,
Anything
sir. Thank
else,
you, sir.
Rachel?
Sir, most of them are confused as to doing their masters soon after their bachelors or to
Mm.
do a job and then do a master. So, what will your advice be to them, sir?
Yeah, this is a very good question, Rachel. Like this, everybody asks this question. What I would say is, once you finish your engineering, if you're going for a master's, you need to have some experience. It depends upon the country and the course which you take. So if you are into IT, so like normally you are in IT field, like I think you are in IT department. I just say you did some programming courses and stuff. When you go for an interview, the next question they will ask you is that, like, do you have some experience in working in a company environment? So it's better, like, now the situation is like, every company is expecting some skills. They need some skills, they need some experience. So it's better, like, you can work 1 year and then you can plan your masters. That would be, now in this current situation, you need to have some experience, or else you need to have some extraordinary skills. So what I would say, if you are a programmer, different types of programming. If I give you some things and you can do it, so if you know much about it, then you can go for your master. It's about you, so plan yourself, like, mainly get some experience in a company and then go for it. It's better to get some little bit of experience. That's the thing I'm saying. When you're planning for an abroad education, it takes like 6 to 7 months for you. At that 6 to 7 months or 1 year time frame, you just work for a company and then plan your study. It's not like leaving everything, just planning for abroad. Go and work in a company, and then you can, at the evening time, you can plan your study, what you're going to do. That's how you need to plan. You need to work and you need to plan for your abroad thing. That will help you a lot.
Yes, sir. I think
Anything.
that's all for the questions for today. And thank you so much for patiently answering all our queries, sir.
Thank you so much for that. Like, little bit, I'm confused because it's a long day at work, and little bit, I don't know, like, what pace I'm going at. Is that like everybody is getting into the points which I am? I didn't prepare anything, so I just wanted to go randomly and say what are all the things we know. That's it.
Yes, sir. The content which you shared with us was quite enough, sir. So thank you so much for motivating us, sir.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you.
Finally, I request Miss Cynthia Clarender, Assistant Professor of Information Technology, Alumni Coordinator, to render the vote of thanks. Please, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you, Rachel. Thank you, Mr. Mohan Kumar, for this
Yeah,
great
thank
session.
you. Thank you so
It was
much. Yeah.
it it was indeed a great motivational session for our students. I think the students who are urging to go and do their higher education studies will be, motivated by your speech. Thank you so
Yeah.
much. Thank you once
Yeah.
again. And on
Thank you
behalf
so
of
much.
JPR Institute of Technology, I would like to thank our beloved director, Sir Dr. N. Murray Wilson, for this great opportunity to conduct Let JIT Chat by our alumni. It's a great initiative to have an interaction with our own alumni. Thank you once again, sir. So, secondly, I would like to thank our principal, ma'am, Dr. Ella Merling Livingston, for her intensive support towards the sessions. And also, I would like to thank Mr. Mahendranath, sir, in charge of Higher Studies Bureau of JIT, and Mr. Devanathan, sir, placement coordinator, for their support towards the Alumni Association, and also Mr. Murli sir for helping us through the live YouTube sessions, and of course Ms. Rachel for your whole event moderating sessions. Thank you so much. And last but not the least, I would like to thank all the participants who have been spending their time in our sessions, and hoping to see you all in the upcoming sessions. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
ma'am. And I thank all the participants once again for tuning in and joining with JPR Institute. And I once again thank JPR Institute for having taken this initiative. Thank you, Mr. Mohan, for being with us and joining us today. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mohan.